Hello learners, welcome to the first week of the course on Company Law and Administration. I am Dr. Cheryl Michael Almeida, and in this video we will understand the first part of Module 1, which is Jurisprudence of Company Law and Meaning and Definition of Company. So let's begin our learning journey. The entire concept of company is not a very modern idea. In fact, it traces back to the 4th century BC when actual trading started. You all have studied various forms of business like sole proprietorship, partnership, non-profit organizations, and so on. Among all these, companies are one of the most preferred forms of business as it offers various advantages to the businessman. Let's come to jurisprudence of company law. Jurisprudence means the theory or philosophy of any law. In India, the first Companies Act was passed in 1850. This act was passed on the English Act of Joint Stock Companies of 1844, which was passed in England. So we can say that company law in India was initially a treasured child of English law. In the year 1857, the Indian Companies Act was passed again, which introduced the concept of separate entity. Furthermore, the Indian Companies Act was passed again in the years 1866, 1913 and so on. The Act was passed in different years whenever new amendments were added to it. Some of the years when the Act was passed with new amendments are 1960, 1969, 1971, 1977, 1999, 2000, 2002 and 2006. Towards the end of 1950, the Government of Free India appointed a committee under the leadership of H.C. Bhabha to refine and revise the Companies Act of 1913. Based on the recommendations given by the committee, a bill was passed in the Parliament and the Companies Act of 1956 was reintroduced. The Companies Act of 1956 has been adopted in India since then, although it has undergone major amendments in the years from 1960 to 2006. Later, the Companies Act of 2013 was passed, which introduced a lot of new concepts for the better functioning of the companies. Some of these concepts are one-person company, small company, woman director, rotation of auditors, e-voting, and corporate social responsibility. So, in this entire course, we will be studying the Companies Act 2013 and how it governs the functioning of companies. This Act extends to the whole of India. The provision of the Companies Act of 2013 applies to any company which is incorporated under this Act or companies which are incorporated under any previous company laws. When I say previous company laws, I mean the company laws which were present in India till the passing of the Companies Act of 2013. Apart from companies, the provision of the Companies Act of 2013 is also applicable to certain banks, insurance companies, companies engaged in the generation of electricity or any other corporate body formed by any law of the central government. This course of corporate law and administration only deals with companies and how they carry out their business. Now let's move further and understand the meaning and definition of a company. The word company comprises two Latin words, that is com and panis. Com means together and panis means bread. In the ancient times, the merchants took advantage of business festivities and gathered together and also discussed their business matters over food. This is how the term companies came into existence. In the modern scenario, company means an association of like-minded people who come together to conduct business. Any company in India is considered legal only when it is registered under the Companies Act. A company is also called a body corporate because the persons making a company are recognized by the law as one body. The term corporation is again derived from a Latin word corpus, which means body. So, an incorporated company is a legal person in the eyes of the law of a country. Let us now look at the definition of company. According to the Companies Act of 2013, Section 2, subsection 20, a company means a company incorporated under this Act or under any previous company law. As per the definition, a company becomes a legal person or a legal entity. So, we can say that a company is a legal device to attain business, social and economic goals. Lord Justice Lindley also has given a definition of company. According to him, I quote, "A company is an association of many persons who contribute money or money's worth to a common stock and employ it in some trade or business, and who share the profit or loss arising therefrom. The common stock so contributed is denoted in money and is the capital of the company. The persons who contributed to it or to whom it belongs are members. The proportion of capital stock to which each member has contributed is his share. The shares are always transferable, although the right to transfer them may be restricted." From this definition of Lord Justice Lindley, it can be derived that a company is a registered association and an artificial person. A company has a legal personality in the eyes of the law. It also has perpetual succession. It has a common seal, which is its signature. And finally, its common capital is divided into smaller units called shares. So, this was all about the jurisprudence of Companies Act and meaning and definition of company. In the next video, we will explore the essential characteristics of a company. Till then, happy learning.